This is Daynette Watson with Total Life Changes. Lose 5 pounds in 5 days.info. You're listening to Positive Power XXI with Jerry Ross.
Can you feel the power? Can you feel the power? Feel the power of XXI.
Positive Power 21.org. Internet radio.
You are listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
Hi, I'm Larry W. Robinson, host of Gospel Updates, your gospel entertainment news report. And you're listening to Positive Power 21 Christian Radio with Jerry Royce, live worldwide.
Starting not to cry no more with the face of tears. When this world that we died upon the cross for our sins, He paid the price. How could I repay you, Lord, for what you've done? He said, live holy and do what is right. Cause if you stand on my word and depend on my word, why shall I give you the love life? It's love. Oh, yeah. Oh, it is love. Love you, Jesus. Oh, yeah. Love one another. Christ loved us. He loved the church. He wouldn't put no more on than you can bear. Trust Him, He'll be right there. Even when it seems like no one cares, get down on your knees and go to God in prayer. Show Him that you really care. Won't you love another dog as always have? Jesus, yeah. Nobody but Jesus. That you do, yeah. That Savior is the one that loves you. Yeah, Jesus is that Savior from harm and danger. That'll raise you. With the one that saved you, please. Who is the one that loved you, keep you from harm and danger? Yeah. Jesus, the one that kept you, the one from hurt and danger.
You're listening to Positive Power 21 Christian Media on Late Night Radio.
All right. What's up, family? Good morning. Welcome to XXI Christian Media. I know it's early, but we about to get some preaching. We about to get some politics. We about to get some religion. All for you. Coming from Pastor Jack. That's right. Pastor Jack is with you, and Sam Brown. So enjoy the show.
Hey. What it is? Good morning. It's Pastor Jack, man. It's Sam. You know, I've been reading through Proverbs this past week, And I want to encourage anybody out there who's struggling with what to read, what to do for your morning devotion. Read through Proverbs. One of the best advices I'd ever been given was to read a proverb a day, and it's been life-changing. Now, I will admit, for those of you who know me personally and privately, I will admit that I have stopped reading it. I now listen to it first because I want to hear the cadence and the nuance in things. I want to hear the setting, and so I recommend the Bible Experience. It comes in a green box or casing. You may be able to get it online and download it to your computer. But I listen to that more often. I even listen to it, Sam, when I'm studying a text for preaching. I'll read the text, the whole piece, and then I'll listen to it, because to hear the horses and the whole background puts me in the scene. So I recommend that. But one of the biggest gifts that you can give for me as a preacher and many of my friends is a Bible. But not just any old Bible, because we got my sister said, all in Bibles, you can't build a stairway to heaven. But I can sure try. But one of the best gifts you can ever give me is a Bible. And not just any Bible. You have to kind of know what what kind of Bible I would like. And a former professor of mine, Dr. Herschel Proctor Walden, did just that. She researched a Bible and got me a Bible when I was elected Student Government Association president at Livingstone College. And I still have that Bible to this day. I still use it. I got it all marked up. I won't show it to her because she'll probably be disappointed in me. But it's used, right? And I'm so appreciative. I'm so appreciative for people who know me well enough to know, look, that boy need a Bible. That boy, listen, he need a Bible. And so I love her so much. But I have on the show this morning, and she's my I'm praying that in the new year she'll be my regular guest host. But she's on the show this morning because we're talking about things that we need the Bible for. We need a word, and more specifically, last year we browbeat, we bastardized, and we almost crucified Bill Cosby. We made him the only uncle at the table that couldn't even look at the kiddie table or any other table in the room, for that matter. And last year, Bill Cosby ate those punches, man. He took them in a way that the black community has been taking punches for years. And only a few months later, we find that most of the people who were championing behind his fall are some of the ones who too find themselves in the same predicament. And so this morning we're talking about all this sex scandal in America, and I can't wait to get into it. So good morning, Dr. Walden and Sam. How y'all doing?
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
That's my piece. Right, before we get into the nitty gritty, what have you been up to? Are you working on anything special or in particular?
Not necessarily special or in particular. Just kind of doing what's expected of me in my profession. So one of the most recent things I have done is help to write a grant through UNCF to kind of revitalize the general education program at Claflin University because it just needs a makeover.
Wow. I love school, man. I do. And so to have a professor, my ultimate goal is to be a college professor. I tell Sam this all the time. And so I really I'm in awe, that I have people in my Rolodex now that are there. But it's like, okay, so a lot of people are kind of they're hating on the education system there, and I'm talking about from the federal government. I got my own issues on that, but I'm gonna tell you about that later. But from a professor's position, what are some of the things that are challenging our education system today?
Oh my goodness, there's a myriad of problems, but
I'm sure.
just from the, I guess the population I serve, which would be the, public and private HBCUs, one of the major issues is that we're having is that, it seems like every single year the students are coming to the collegiate level more and more ill-prepared. So that means that we have to do a whole lot more work on our end, which costs money because sometimes you have to have special training for that. I myself have considered going back because really what I need to add to my repertoire is training in special education because that's what it is. With students with all of these various learning deficiencies, need special education training to reach them.
Listen, and I don't want to cut you, but here it is. It's, Dr. Proctor Walding, for my listeners, is a professor. I am a secondary educator. And so here's what she's saying. She's essentially saying the students that I'm sending to her are ill-prepared. And they're ill-prepared in some of the ways that are necessary for them to be able to succeed in what our former president would say in this global society. And so here she is dealing with young people who, now I'm not sending them to her specifically or from my classroom exactly, but because I teach 7th and 8th grade first, and I have yet to have a student to reach college level that I've taught. But
you've also been trained properly. So I know you're doing your job.
Oh, God, and it's hard because here's the thing. I have 7th and 8th graders, Dr. Walden, who are on a 4th and 5th grade reading level. And so as I'm trying to at least get them to an ability to understand, 7th and 8th grade reading, I must first deal with those rudimentary courses or lessons that they had not gotten when they were in the 4th or 5th grade. So I do understand your plight where it is you have kids who come into the college level who could not read on a 10th grade level when they graduated high school. And so, and when I say read, I mean you can read anything. Words on a page or on a bulletin board is different than comprehending what you just read. Read, you have to be able to say, now this is what the writer said. And if you can't do that, essentially you haven't read anything. And so how do we fix this? From my desk to yours, what do we do to and I know you cannot provide us with the prescription specifically, but how can we begin to put some work into fixing it?
Well, one of the things that I would suggest is that people at the local level begin to start saying something to the people that you're putting in office. One of the things that I listen to when people are campaigning, especially for the School Board of Education, is, well, what is your strategic plan? And if you have a strategic plan, how do you plan to execute it? And then if after you execute it, what's your step 3, which is how are you going to assess it to make sure that it worked? Teachers at your level, have so many, like these students are tested to death. And instead of, testing what the students have learned, really what you're testing is how tired the students are. So it's called, student fatigue. And that's really not the data that you want, and that's really not the purpose of education. So to me, it starts at the local level and then, work your way on up, because there's no reason why the Secretary of Education that we have now should have the position that she has.
Absolutely not. The problem that we see on the secondary level is we're not teaching students content anymore, more specifically
or skill set.
Teaching or skill set or any of those rudiments. We're teaching students how to test. And
absolutely.
That's unfair because they're not going to test for the rest of their lives. At some point, they're going to be forced to display what they know. And that's where we found a conundrum. It's a big problem. And so
a holy mess.
Yeah, man. And as you allude to, you have this director or this Secretary of Education who, probably, I won't say that, So anyway, So that's what we're dealing with on the education front. And I pray that you guys invest in tutoring programs, invest in tutoring firms, invest in after-school programs, invest in all those resources that help develop young people academically and help to develop them socially so that we can start creating our own force that will take over the world. Right after this, I will get into some other things. Let me say this real quick, Sam. Have you begun watching the second season of The Crown on Netflix?
I've been meaning to talk to you about that. I haven't gotten to started. Started yet.
Yo, you gotta get into it, man. You gotta get into it, y'all. The Crown. I'm a fanatic for British royalty, and so The Crown is highlights the life of Queen Elizabeth as she took the crown and as she lives as the crowned monarch. It is an amazing picture of who she is. I don't know how true some of it is. It has caused me even to do some research. There's some articles in Time and in U.S. Weekly that talks about how the parallel in the Netflix series kind of matches what's going on, what actually happened in the world, where there was one piece where the Queen was met with, and my daughter's awake, the Queen was met with Jackie Kennedy. And that Jackie Kennedy left the meeting and was kind of said some bad things about the Queen. And you kind of see how the Queen's humanity comes through, where she's almost like, I looked up to you, Mrs. Kennedy, and here you are. And you like the Queen, you looking up at somebody. So it's real good. Y'all get into it. But right after this break, we're going to get into a sex scandal in America. Let me get my kids some breakfast. We'll talk to you in a second. You on with Pastor Jack. God bless you.
Can you feel the power? Can you feel the power? Feel the power of Double XL.
Positive Power 21.org Internet Radio.
You are listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah, Lord. I need some help. And Jesus is my tugboat, y'all. I can see him out there on the water, coming to get me. Come on, Jesus. Tug me like a tugboat. Gonna call on Jesus to come rescue me, Lord, because I'm drowning in misery. Hey, I just got laid off. I can't pay my rent. Oh, I'm gonna call on my Savior to come and pull me in. Hey, so I put out a Mayday and an SOS. Lord, gonna call on Jesus to do what he does best. Hey, he tugging like a tugboat, 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 tugging like a tugboat. Come on, he's tugging me, yeah, to victory. Come on, come on, come on, he's tugging me, yeah, to victory. Come on, come on, come on, yeah, yeah, to victory. Come on, come on, come on, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, I gotta keep on tugging. I say, good God Almighty, keep tugging, tugging. Lord, I gotta keep on tugging. I say, good God Almighty, keep tugging, tugging. Oh, I gotta keep on tugging. I say, good God Almighty, Lord, tugging, tugging. Well, Jesus is tugging. Good God Almighty, keep tugging, tugging. Hey, now the water's rising. Oh, but that's okay. Lord, you told me not to worry. You on your way. Hey, he's coming in a hurry, Lord, just to rescue me. Hey, so I gotta stay faithful for him to set me free. Hey, but when I look down yonder, guess what I saw? Guess what I saw that a tugboat coming through that storm. Hey, he was tugging like a tugboat, tugging like a tugboat. He was tugging like a tugboat, tugging like a tugboat. He was tugging like a tugboat, tugging like a tugboat. He was tugging like a tugboat, tugging like a tugboat. Hey, he's tugging me, yeah, yeah, to victory. Come on, come on, come on. He's tugging me, yeah, yeah, to victory. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, yeah. God Almighty, keep tugging, tugging. Lord, I gotta keep on tugging. I say, good God Almighty, keep tugging, tugging. Hey, I gotta keep on tugging. I say, good God Almighty, Lord, tugging, tugging. Jesus is tugging. Hey, gotta keep tugging, tugging. And now the waves are crashing, ooh, all around me, Lord. So I gotta stay steadfast and wait for my relief. Hey, he's moving like lightning, just to rescue me, Lord. So I gotta stay faithful for him to set me free. Listen, so I keep on praying. I say, good God Almighty, keep praying, praying. Hey, gotta keep on praying. Good God Almighty, keep praying, praying. Hey, I gotta keep on seeking. Anybody seeking, y'all? Seeking, seeking. Lord, keep on seeking. Keep on seeking, seeking, seeking. He's tugging me. He's tugging me. Yeah, yeah. To victory. Come on, Lord. He's tugging me. Yeah, yeah. To victory. Good God Almighty, he's tugging me. Tugging me. To victory. Come on, Jesus. He's tugging me. Tugging me. To victory. Yeah. Keep on. Tugging like a tugboat. 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 Tugging me. He's tugging me. Yeah, yeah. To victory. I need your help. He's tugging me. Come on and tug me, Jesus. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Tugging me. Tugging me. To victory. To victory. He's tugging me. Tugging me. To victory. Like a tugboat, tugging 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 like a tugboat. Just keep on a tugging, 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 keep on a tugging. Just keep on a tugging. Come on, listen, I gotta keep on praying. I say, good God Almighty, keep praying, praying. Anybody praying? Come on, praying. Keep on praying, praying, praying. Here's what you gotta do. Come on, say it. Seeking, keep on seeking Him. Seeking, keep on seeking the Lord. Keep on seeking Him. Seeking. What about fasting, y'all? Come on, fasting. Listen, I gotta go. Hey, fasting, fasting. I gotta keep on fasting. Hey, hey, hey. Fasting, fasting. Keep on loving, y'all. Loving. We gotta go. Keep on loving, loving, loving. Loving. Loving, loving.
What's up, man? We got a lot going on. Let me get through some of these happenings that's going on, man. It's not going on. Let me see. So we've got hey, there's a weekly summit and podcast of men that are looking after us, man. That's what's up, man. So God bless you guys. Stay strong in your faith and be encouraged in your work. And I pray that God will continue to strengthen you and bless you and all that you do. And keep listening. God bless you. Then there's a play going on. A Battle Stage Plays has a performance 2 and 7 this evening at Johns Hopkins tonight and one on Sunday. You can go to battlestageplays.com. That's battlestageplays.com for more information. Big ups to Jerry Royce Live. They will be there. And Positive Power XXI Radio will be there conducting interviews at 6 p.m. tonight. And so, yes.
It's been all by itself on.
Very nice. Good job, Corey. Okay. I'll be out there to deal with that. You can play. Go ahead and play. All right. So, Battle Stage Plays.
I love it.
Yeah. So, Battle Stage Plays has a show at 2 and 7 tonight at Johns Hopkins. Yeah. Hey, that's my life, man. I love it, man. I love my life, man. It is what it is. The play is called Serenity House, playing tonight at Johns Hopkins at 2 and 7. There's a show tomorrow. as well. You can go to battlestageplays.com to get more information, and we'll upload the link there on the profile. I'm also involved. I'm excited about this. Guy at my school, one of the teachers, is dealing with. He's pulling together a documentary and like this mini series about King Asilas and the reign of King Asilas. It is really, really cool. The rise of King Asilas. It's really, really cool. And I play the erstwhile president. So you know me. Y'all know me. What? I am in this. And what? So, anytime that I get an opportunity to be Baby Barack, I'm already there. What? Show in the number. What? So he allows me this opportunity to be the president who has kind of bequeathed America to my friend, the king, and we've gone to this almost like monarchy, if you will, America has. And so, I'm the president who kind of gave that up. And I don't feel like a podunk president. Listen, when I go in there to do my piece, I feel like, listen, the president is here. You know what I mean? And so it's cool. So I'll post that on the profile as well, guys. Follow King Asilas, man. King Asilas is dope, man. It's dope. I have a piece that I'm looking at. I'm rehearsing my piece for this week. I can't wait to record it. It's nice. I hope to have King Asilas on the show. It's really nice. But so that's all that I'm dealing with. It's really cool. As you can hear, the kids are still doing well. For those of you that's worried, that's fine. What was I going to say, Sam? You have any news before we get into this conversation? I want to make sure I check all my boxes before I start talking about these predators.
I mean, that's really what the news is for me. It looks as if that we're going to have a change. It's going to be a highly contested election, this election cycle 2018. A lot of unexpected vacancies. So, yeah, and this is all coming about because of these recent allegations of sexual misconduct in the halls of Congress and so forth. So I think this definitely shows us that we are in, I'm not going to say a new day because this is something that's always been going on, but this day has certainly come to where persons are certainly being held accountable, regardless of how powerful or how influential they may be. You can't victimize and objectify something like that.
Well, it's quite befitting that we have Dr. Herschel Proctor-Walden, professor at Claflin University, here on the show with us this morning. Dr. Proctor-Walden is going to help us understand what's going on. More specifically, I'd like for her to begin speaking about what happened in Alabama this past week, where articles and news reports have come out saying that the election of the new senator there, Mr. Jones, is not at the hands of anybody else but the black women population in Alabama. How sweet is that? So, Dr. Walden, what happened, if you can, in Alabama? The black women took it over like that? Overnight?
Well, I'm not a big fan of quoting pop singers, but Beyonce did tell y'all that we run the world. So,
and we keep
so you definitely see where when you actually have things that are organized properly. And people actually start thinking through stuff, that when we decide to make our voices heard, that we do have some sort of power to make change. So I do believe that, historically black women have always been, the change agents. And not only that, we have supported and brought our men to the front, to move from being change agents to agents of change. So, we're just doing what we've done historically. It's just now we're kind of getting a little bit of, as y'all say, a little bit of burn right now. So,
a little bit.
Y'all need to watch out. You make a black woman angry, man. We make things move.
Apparently. But you know what I like? Though?
What?
It's almost as the black women in Alabama they lied and they waited, or they did not, and not lied and they told us a lie, but they laid there without saying anything. They stood quiet while all this was happening. And, Gabrielle Union kind of alluded to the fact, well, listen, y'all, we got something to say. Listen.
Absolutely.
And people didn't listen. And overnight, and listen, I like how the correspondent from the Daily Show put it. I can't remember her name, the heavyset girl. She said, how she put it, she said, don't think we voted for this dude because we knew this dude. We ain't go to the polls saying, oh, we want Mr. Jones or whatever. We went to the polls saying, well, who we won't have is Roy Moore.
Absolutely.
So
the lesser of the two evils.
I don't even know this guy real. I don't know nothing but what we will not stand for. And
is
she
what we
said
do
these
know.
are mothers, right? And let me tell you something. You don't mess with a black mother when it comes to her child, or any child. You don't. It doesn't have to be. Let me tell you something. I've seen black women when it was somebody else's child, and she's like, wait a minute, I don't know who child this is, but y'all ain't about to do that to this little boy, this little girl. I don't even care who child that is. And I've seen that. So it's like when it comes to a child, a black woman, and if she got to, she'll get them together and say, hey, man, I had to get them together. Look, you see, they over here fighting about nonsense. And so here you have black women saying, no, he dealt with who? With kids? Oh, that's all you had to tell me.
Yeah, that's the proverbial village.
Yep. Okay. I'm glad to have heard that. So now that we know that we have the black women who are taking on America with great strides, how did we even get to the point where sexual harassment or sexual assault is commonplace in America? It's commonplace.
I'm not sure how we got there. Well, no, again, it seems like all of the issues that, we've been talking about, and that I'm so glad that you all are addressing in a very open and I guess, nonsensical way to say, hey, listen, we need to start talking about these things, all stem in slavery and the way that we were brought over here. So, people in power have always been exploiting women. It's not okay. But now it seems as if, again, women are starting to say, all it takes is one, and then the rest of them are going to come out of the woodworks. All it takes is one, because it's not like the conversations aren't being had. They're just not public. For fear of, the repercussion or the backlash of, women have to work and support their families too. So, women have always been making these huge, major sacrifices, and a lot of times it's been our bodies. So, women's bodies have become like the site of trauma historically. So, the site as far as what you can see, and the site as far as location of all of that. So, I'm kind of torn between the two. Yes, it needs to be talked about, but does it need to be at this level and, in the public forum like it is now? What kind of talks are being had before that have been ignored? So there are a lot of things and variables that I'm not fully aware of to kind of say I stand firmly on this side, but I do not support at all, any type of abuse of women.
Yeah. Speak to real quick, if you may, the historical ethos that surrounds the hypersexuality of black women, and that the black woman has always been seen as somebody who can be exploited because of her physical attributes. And then how now you have the black woman saying, y'all just want to talk about this, when we've been saying for years that this is what's been happening to us. And so you kind of have now more of the black women falling silent on the issue. And as you look at the news and the media, you have an influx of, white America and white women really kind of being the voices behind this, So why do you think that the fact that black women have grown silent is because of their apathy, or is it because they're saying, we've been saying this for years and y'all ain't been listening? So
I don't think it's apathy. I think it just speaks to the strength and the courage we have to say that no matter what, we still need to persevere and move forward. So, you know, I think it speaks more to our strength as Black women than apathy. You know, because at the end of the day, you still have to feed your children. Your husband still needs support. You know, all the things that we're expected to do, just from a supporting, I guess, stance, which is pretty much a major role of, you know, women. And now supporting doesn't mean that you have to be, you know, silent, but in the many ways that we do support our families. So, you know, most women, family is first. And, you know, when if it means I have to sacrifice something, even silence, for my family to do better, then we've always been willing participants in that. But it does not mean that it's not being talked about and, you know, that we're not making strides and trying to do some things about it. It's just that, you know, we still have to move forward. It's like, yes, it's happened, but I still need to move forward because my children still need to eat.
Yeah. And I'm going to press whether, you know, and I must admit, I have heard, man, instance after instance of people, you know, women more specifically being molested or harassed in the workplace or in other places. And you know, when I ask them, why won't you say anything? And they're just like, for what? You know, and so I pray that we would find a way in America to wake up to this. And like I was sharing earlier with Sam, that however the leadership is, that's how the company will be run. And so, you know, the leadership has integrity, but you'll notice that the company will run with integrity. If the leadership has, you know, no integrity, the company will run with no integrity. And our leadership has been accused, almost 20 different women, with sexual assault. So look at the company. The company is saying, well, look, he's safe. You know, just don't admit to anything.
Absolutely. Well, it's become normalized. It becomes commonplace. Like, well, this is what happens here. You know, if you want to succeed, this is what happens here. You know, it's become a societal norm.
Yeah, and I would say, especially amongst the like the men of power, even when Donald Trump made the comment, grab her by the you know what, right? He was speaking very matter-of-factly, as if that was okay. Like, when I see a beautiful woman, I just start kissing her.
Yeah.
I grab them by the, and it wasn't, he said it was no shame, no embarrassment. He knew that this was some type of media, you know, project that he was doing, some type of show. He didn't care. I mean, it was just, and people say that all the time. People got offended when they say that. And I mean, I can say because I've been in locker rooms. That's really what it was. It was locker room talk. I mean, it's just become normal amongst him and the people in his circle. He was just speaking very matter-of-factly. Yeah, he really doesn't see anything wrong with it.
Locker room talk is not some type of, people are trying to confuse locker room talk as some type of third language, where grabbing somebody by the you know what is synonymous with something else. That's what they're trying to say. And I know that's not what you're saying, Sam, but when I hear somebody say, oh, it's locker room talk, it's almost like they're saying, oh, they're speaking Spanish. Oh, they're speaking. No, we're in which doing those kinds of things means something different. When he said that, though it be locker room talk, when he said that, what he said, he meant what he said. It just so happened to have been something that one would normally say when they are in the locker room. And so I understand. It's like, you know, I understand that it's all locker room talk per se, but what he said was still something that was egregiously disrespectful. And furthermore, it alludes to a lifestyle that he has lived that has yet to be checked. And so something has to happen.
It says something about his attitudes towards women, too. I mean, white men have always treated their women as if they were property. And what do you do with your property? Whatever you like, because you paid for it.
Whatever you please.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And so here's what I have to say. I think that we have to find another way to skin the cat. And in order to do so, we got to, like you say, start with the elected officials that we're putting in these major positions across America. Big shout out to Atlanta for electing Keisha. Big shout out to Charlotte for electing Vi. You know, everybody got an Aunt Vi.
And everybody got a little cousin named Keisha.
Our cousin named Keisha. And so, at the end of the day,
Auntie Vi and cousin Keisha.
Shout out to Auntie Vi and cousin Keisha. And I'm coming to Atlanta because let me tell y'all something. Cousin Keisha about to turn up. Yes, baby. She only want nothing. I want to say to my sister right now, Molly, if you're listening to the show, your niece messed up your birthday card. After this break, after this short break, you're going to hear a word from Pastor Jackson. God bless you. See you in a second. Yes.
You're listening to Positive Power 21, Christian media on late night radio.
Yeah. It's for y'all, man. Yeah, this one for my youngins, feeling life's no hope. Many struggles day to day, man, life's no joke. I know how you feel, on the real, I was there. Problems pack my brain like the town's county fair. Try to mask this pain like a phantom on a tip. If I died today, would anybody care? The answer is yeah. Glance at that glare, that's Christ right beside you. Have no fear, you are loved by God. No facade, no it's hard. Be strong, lean on him when it falls like hard. I know daddy left, but it's all good to the gravy. Beans call me leftovers cause Christ saved me. I mean died cause he loved you. Took the ride cause he loved you. Took the cat of nines many times cause he loved you. Come and let him love you. G's need hugs too. No matter GD's, Crips or blood too. BL's, BD's, foes and lows. What up, shot down? God still love you. Every street, every hood, boulevard, cul-de-sac. What the fact is to make America great again. You gotta bring God back. I'm praying for my city, but I'm praying for your hood too. Every city, every town, every block needs love too. Christ came to love you. You were born great, don't shine like the star you are. Satan gon' hate, but it's time for you to shine. You was made in God's image. With him, there's no limit. Image. A life ain't a life without Christ who lived in it. What's up, little mama? I see the drama on your face. Life's a category 5, the tide rise with no escape. Bills past due, but the kids gotta eat. Money low, make a choice, new clothes and shoes for the feet. Can't get both. Oh, here we go. Can't catch a break out here hanging by a rope. While you hanging, look up, baby. Christ got his hand out. God never leaves off a safe. Tell Satan stand down. Man down, let Jah pick you up like a bus. Keep your faith off of man. Listen him, you should trust. Yeah, that ace makes waste. Good riddance to bad rubbish. Don't need to spaz in public. Proceed, grab a clutch. OD, Messiah's love it. See, drug, I need to love it. Hosanna in the highest. Sing to Christ, let him guide you. Let him be the soundtrack of life that you ride to. Keep a smile on your face. Couldn't live without his grace. I'm praying for my city, but I'm praying for your hood too. Every city, every town, every block needs love too. Christ came to love you. You were born great. Don't shine like the star you are. Satan gon' hate, but it's time for you to shine. You was made in God's image. With him, there's no limit. Image. A life ain't a life without Christ who lived in it.
You are listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
What's up, man? So, the Bible says, do you not know that in a race all the runners run, but only one gets the prize? Run, therefore, in such a way as to get the prize. Therefore, I do not run like one running aimlessly. I do not fight like a boxer beating the air. No, I strike a blow to my body and make it my slave, so that after I have preached to others, I myself shall not be disqualified for the prize. Very quickly, one must know that in this race, you are not running alone. As you run, though you have other people on the racetrack, the one person that you ought to focus on is the Lord. That's why the writer says, I do not run like one running aimlessly. When you have a sincere and a keen focus on Him, your aim is precise. It's focused. He says, I do not fight like one who beats the air. When you strike a blow, you're not swinging at nothingness. You're not swinging at things that are not there. You're swinging at things that are right in front of you, things that you're able to knock out. And so as you're running, as it is you're fighting, as it is you're dealing, do remember that the ultimate goal is that after you would have preached to others, not the preachment itself, not what you said, not what you have pontificated, as one put it, but the Bible says, after I have preached to everybody else, after which, that I myself shall not be disqualified. Where do you find yourself? Make sure that wherever you find yourself, it's not in a position where you'll be disqualified. God bless you. Have a great week.
All right, family. We want to thank Pastor Jack and his guests and Mr. Sam Brown for joining us this morning on Good Morning XXI Christian Media. Don't forget today, 2 o'clock and 7 o'clock, Johns Hopkins University Turner Auditorium will be Battle Stage Play Production featuring Serenity House. So come on out and support Baltimore's own in Charm City. That's right, a.k.a. Batman will be there on the red carpet starting at 6 o'clock. So come on out and talk to us. We be live. Also, don't forget on Monday, starting at 9:15, we got Late Night with Jerry was live with friends. Tuesday, got Pastor Kelly and Pastor Time, and following up with Late Night with Dr. Chanel. So come on out and join us, everybody. We got plenty of talk radio, streaming live, international podcast. So take care. We hope you have a great weekend, and we love you because God loves you.
You are listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
Hi, I'm Larry W. Robinson, host of Gospel Updates, your gospel entertainment news report. And you're listening to Positive Power 21 Christian Radio with Jerry Royce, live worldwide. Hi, this is Larry W. Robinson with your Gospel Entertainment News Report, brought to you this week by GospelUpdates.com, the Gospel Updates mobile app, as well as the Gospel Updates e-magazine. This week we're catching up with Tasha Cobbs Leonard. She recently took to social media to give a very special message to all of her supporters. Take a listen to this.
Hey guys, it's Tasha Cobbs Leonard. I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you. Thank you for your love, for your support, for your prayers. I feel it, I see it, and I just absolutely wanted to say I love you back. Worshiping God is my favorite thing to do. To lead worship is my absolute favorite place, but to do it with you, it makes it all the more better. So just wanted to say thank you. Love you guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.
Tasha Cobbs Leonard's latest release is titled Heart, Passion, Pursuit, and it's currently nominated in 9 categories for the Stellar Awards. Download Tasha's current release, Heart, Passion, Pursuit, available at all digital download stations. And now we're catching up with Juan Santiago. I heard he had a new single, so I invited him on the broadcast to tell you all about it. Juan Santiago, welcome to Gospel Updates.
Hey Larry, thanks for having me on your broadcast today. Our new single Glimpse, it talks about experiencing a closer view of God. I hope your listeners enjoy it.
All right, Glimpse, the latest single from Juan Santiago, and Uninhibited Praise is available at all digital download stations. This has been your Gospel Entertainment News Report. I'm your host, Larry W. Robinson. For more news, download my mobile app. Search Gospel Updates in your app store, as well as visit GospelUpdates.com.
the night wind to the little lamb. Do you see what I see? Way up in the sky, little lamb. Do you see what I see? A star, dancing in the night with a tail as big as a kite, with a tail as big as a kite. Said the little lamb to the shepherd boy, do you hear what I hear? Ringing through the sky, shepherd boy, do you hear what I hear? A song, high above the tree, with a voice as big as the sea, with a voice as big as the sea. Said the shepherd boy to the mighty king, do you know what I know? In your palace wall, mighty king, do you know what I know? A child shivers in the cold. Let us bring him silver and gold. Let us bring him silver and gold. Yeah. Said the king to the people everywhere, listen to what I say. Pray for peace, people everywhere. Listen to what I say. The child, sleeping in the night, he will bring us goodness and light. He will bring us goodness and light. Child, sleeping in the night, he will bring us goodness and light. He will bring us goodness and light.
Hi, this is Daynette Watson with Total Life Changes. Lose 5 pounds in 5 days.info. You're listening to Positive Power XXI with Jerry Ross.
I believe you, that you did it for me, Lord, yeah. You died for me, and you rose again. Oh my, you gave your best to save a wretch. I believe that. I believe that you're mighty. Yes, Lord. I believe that you're holy. You're holy, Lord. I believe that you're awesome. I believe it. I believe. I believe. I believe. I believe. I believe that you're. Oh, yes, you are. I believe that you're holy. Yes, you are, Jesus. I believe. Yeah, that you're awesome. I believe. I believe. I believe. I believe. I believe. I believe that you're. Oh Lord, yes you are. I believe. Yeah. That you're holy. yes you are, Jesus. Yeah, I believe you, Lord. I believe you. Yeah, you're mighty, Jesus. Yeah. Oh, I believe you're holy, Lord. I believe you're awesome, Lord. I believe you. I believe you. Yeah. Yes, you are. Oh, you're holy, Lord. I believe you're awesome, Lord. I believe that you are the truth. I believe that you are the way. I believe that you are my life. I believe in you. I believe that you are the truth. I believe that you are. I believe that you are. I believe you. I believe. Yeah. Oh, yes you are. Yeah. That you are. Oh, yes you are. Yeah. That you are. Thank you, Lord. I believe. Yeah. That I know that you are. Yeah. That I know that you are. I believe it. I believe. Oh, I believe that you are. Hallelujah. Oh Lord, you are the way. I believe you are my life. I believe that. I believe that you died for me. I believe that you rose again. I believe. Yes, I do, Lord. Yeah, I believe who you say that you are, Son of God. I believe that you came as the Son. Oh, yes, you did. I believe that you died and you rose. I believe. I believe who you say, who you are. I believe that you came as the Son. I believe that you died and you rose again. Oh, I believe, yes I do. Hey, I believe, Lord, that you are the truth, Lord. Yes, I believe that you are the way. You are the way. I believe that you are my life. I believe you. I believe you're the Son of God. Yeah, I believe you died for me. I believe, Lord, that you rose again. Oh, I believe in you.
Can you feel the power? Can you feel the power? Feel the power of Double XL.
happy-hour-21.org Internet Radio.
You are listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.